last question. This last question will probably be tagged to my first question. What would you say to the you then when you started the blog all these years ago? What I would tell myself in 2005, 2006, a few things. I keep on staring because I'm thinking. One, make more of an effort to reach out to folks, to maintain friendships, to maintain contact, continuous contact. Because a lot of folks that I started blogging out with are no longer in the scene. And I have never asked why. And I've always wanted to ask why, but I always felt that it's not my place to ask. But as the years go on, I'm getting pretty curious into finding out. So if you're one of the persons, I might be knocking on your door soon. Anyway, second thing I'm telling myself, consider advertising. And this is a strong aspect. Right now, I'm struck. The TOYSREVIL blog is predominantly not ad free. That's not fair to say. It's predicated on free advertising. I don't have paid ads as much as I would love to, but for a couple of folks who have been very kind. But when I started out blogging, I did not accept advertising. And there were folks who actively seeked advertising. I don't know what I was on. I was thinking, I'm not an artist, but no, I don't want to be bound by advertising. So I lost a lot of revenue early on. But when I chose to want to do advertising, and I did not court them long enough to stay with me. During the pandemic was obviously the boom for this blog. But unfortunately, during that time, thanks to Blogger, I wasn't able to advertise as well through God knows what glitch. And those were the times where the viewership was, of course, at its peak. And now it's tapered down and it has reached a point where the viewership is healthy, but not healthy enough to generate any revenue. I'm sorry I'm bitching, but that's a reality. Revenue enough to pay for the blog itself. Does it make sense? To pay for the bandwidth, for the excess storage, image storage, or even the use of the shop. And I've been dipping onto my savings and for donations in the past, but the blog cannot sustain itself. And then it has to remind myself that when I started out, it was just for fun. It was just a hobby. It was never meant to be a job, because I had a day job then, still in the media then. But now, because of stroke, because of the current circumstances, it has become my main job for the past few years. But I can't call it a job because it doesn't sustain my survival. So it sounds as if I'm whining. Yes, it is. I'm sharing with you what I feel. But at the same time, I had to remind myself, tell myself when I was young, to sort this stuff out early on. Yeah, sort this stuff out so I won't be bitter now. So at least I have something to fall back on. Other than that, yeah, the other thing to consider, third thing, I'm rambling and I don't care, was that when I started out as blogging about toys, as a blogger, blogging about toys, I was actively collecting toys. And maybe I had been, if I had known what would happen to me with stroke and after till now, I could have sustained myself a little bit more. But then I wouldn't have been who I was. I wouldn't necessarily have dived head into this hobby, into this blog. But knowing what I know now, I probably should have spread myself a little bit instead of spreading myself thin. Gosh, I'm a man full of regrets. But at the same time, nah, it's all good. Life still goes on. And yeah, that's the end of my Q&A. End this right now. And no, I won't tag it to my first question. I hope it has been a decent time spent listening to me rambling again. In this room, this is my mom's artist room, her studio, and this is her art here that is solely based on her Chinese painting, air conditioned, and it's wonderful, better than the mess I have at home, where I recorded the first version of this Q&A that I decided to re-record right now. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for reading Toys Are Evil. Hello, welcome to Toys Are Evil. I should be looking at this side. Hello, welcome to Toys Are Evil. Cut. Hello, welcome to Toys Are Evil.